I'm Shanna and I am currently at soccer practice. If you had been to one of my lives, you would know this is where I spend some of my days. But today we are going to talk about our goals moving into quarter two because I thought let's not let it sneak up on us. So over here, we're all about keeping calm in the chaos, but also practicing productivity that is gentle. So gentle productivity, giving ourselves grace when we need it, resting when we need it, and not being caught up in the hustle culture. If that interests you, definitely continue to watch because we are diving into how we're going to prep for quarter two of 2026. Quarter two is upon us and we need to get to planning, right? If you're like me, you have your goals that you are focusing on, and hopefully you have been able to move closer to some of them this quarter. However, also, if you're like me, there are a few that are still out of reach, and not for lack of trying, I will say. But again, that doesn't mean that we need to throw everything out and restart. It means that we need to refine what we're doing. It means we maybe need to take a little bit of a different approach, but it doesn't mean to scrap the whole thing. I have a major goal that I'm working on, and I am trying to really break it into bite-sized pieces. It's a little overwhelming because I have lots of things going on in my life with 3 kids doing probably, now I don't even want to count how many activities, but we did end one cheerleading activity. Now the youngest also now wants to play volleyball, but that's in the fall. We have a little bit of a reprieve. She still is doing gymnastics. So I had everything planned out for my Monday, and here comes the rainstorm. Like whatever, number 5 winds and number 5 chance of a tornado and rain all day, so they canceled school. Like my whole plan altered. I won't say my whole plan was ruined. I'll just say it was altered, and that's what we have to do. So I'm not giving up on those goals that I did not accomplish, but I am revising them and refining them so I can still be laser focused to get them accomplished. So let me know how you are doing with your goals from quarter one, and are you taking some goals into quarter two that are just still wanting to get accomplished, right? And I was able to make a medical appointment, so I am giving myself a pat on the back for that. So proud about that. And once I really go to the appointment, I'll give myself 2 gold stars for that. But they had to schedule it like towards April, so into quarter two. And there are a few other things that I am working on, but the goal for us as midlife individuals on our midlife journey is to continue with gentle productivity. And with that, I have decided that I cannot always go 110% like I did back when I was in my 20s and even in my 30s. Like I would really push really hard at work, come home, drive myself to personal goals, really try to get in and get things done and really go. Now it's like my energy, it is not low, but sometimes it's mellow. That's how I'll define it. Mellow energy. And that's okay. Those days, I'm not going to push myself. I've decided, because that becomes counterproductive, because then I'm trying to push myself. My body and myself is saying, I don't want to be pushed. And things don't get accomplished. I become more frustrated, or things that do get accomplished aren't that great. So I have to set goals, daily goals that move along with the amount of energy I have. And that's okay. Like I have come to terms with that now. I have really done a whole transformation, I would say starting last year into this year, and been able to actually decide what to do with my energy, but also with myself as far as where I am at this point in my life. So being on this midlife journey, it's like who I am is who I am, and I'm loving it and accepting where I am, because if I don't accept me, nobody else will. So I hope that you are at that point as well, that you understand that things may be different than they were like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You have changed and grown. And what I want to do this year is definitely grow for the better. Like, the change that you could have could be a negative one, and I don't want that in my life. I want to change for the better. I want to move forward and reach my goals by the end of the year, and I want to enjoy the process, like just live in the moment. And that is one of the things for quarter two I want to do. Like, I have really gone and got into maintaining calm in the chaos, like when things are going wild around me and things are not happening the way that I plan and put in my planner. It's okay. I have learned to be all right with it and be flexible and understand that life sometimes is not how we planned it, but life is how it needs to be. So I look at it with new eyes. I look at it from a calm perspective, but also a positive perspective. And that doesn't mean that I'm like, if it's raining outside, I'm saying, oh, it's not raining and I'm getting wet. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's saying, oh, it's raining, so now there'll be flowers coming up. Or, oh, it's raining, so hopefully the pollen will go away. Where I am, the pollen is enormous. Like, if you look at my eyes, they probably look very tired, not because I'm sleepy, but because this pollen is giving it to me. But I hope that your quarter two, as you start to formulate your quarter two goals, that you're excited for quarter two, that you continue to move forward toward things that you have hoped to accomplish in quarter one, but quarter two will be even greater. If you want, I would love to know one of the goals that you are working towards this year and how you're going to address it in quarter two. So you may have a huge goal, but you're not going to be able to do it all in one quarter, right? So you need to break it up into the 4 quarters. So what are you going to be working on this quarter? I would love to support you. And don't forget to check out, if you are not already subscribed, definitely subscribe to Reality with Shanna, because on this midlife journey, I would love to go along with you. The support is great to have, and it's just nice to be able to have an exchange, because we're all trying our best, all trying to move forward. And don't forget to subscribe, but also I have my newsletter linked down below. So if you want to actually, if you're a person that likes to read, I do send those out occasionally. I don't clog up your email inbox, because I didn't do it before, but now I even did a live where I went over how many emails I had, and I will link that video because you should check it out. I don't know how many emails you have in your inbox, but check that out. We talked about some ways to organize our email, but I'm so glad you joined me today, and I definitely will see you in the next one. Bye.